Dear soul, I'm so grateful that you're here, and I want you to know that this message didn't reach you by chance. It's not a coincidence that you're hearing these words right now. The heavens have been watching, and they chose this exact moment for you to receive what your heart has been waiting for. But listen closely. You must stay with me until the very end of this message. Because if you stop now, if you walk away before hearing everything, you might miss the most important truth of your life. A truth that can change everything. Yes, she chose another path. Yes, it looked like she walked away without looking back. But do not be so quick to believe that everything is lost. There's a reason you're feeling this pull in your chest. A reason your thoughts keep returning to her. A reason you feel like something is unfinished. The angels know that reason. I know it too. And you're going to discover it piece by piece as I reveal what the skies have whispered about your connection. But please stay with me. Don't let doubt pull you away. Don't let fear silence the voice of your own soul. Because today, yes, today, something is going to be revealed to you. Something that was hidden. Something that could change not only how you see the past, but what's about to come into your life. If your soul believes in divine timing, if your heart still whispers her name in silence, then open yourself to this message. And if you feel this message was meant for you, write Amen in the comments. Let the heavens know you are listening. Let them know your soul is ready. She walked away, but what you never knew is why. What happened in the silence? What still lives inside her, even now? And in just a moment, I'll begin to show you, because there's something she never told you. And once you hear it, you'll understand why the angels sent this message today. Stay with me, dear soul. We're only just beginning. Dear soul, now that you're here with me, let me take you back. Not to a memory you can clearly see, but to a moment your heart may still feel. The moment when she chose to walk away. It may have looked simple from the outside, like a firm decision made without hesitation. But that's not what truly happened. Because on the inside, something else was unfolding. Something the angels saw, even if you didn't. When she turned her back, it wasn't because she stopped loving you. It wasn't because she erased everything you shared. The truth is far more delicate. She left, with a heart still tied to yours. She cried. Yes, she did. Not loud, not in a way anyone could hear, but the heavens did. She felt lost between what she wanted and what she feared, between the future she dreamed of with you, and the shadows from her past that she couldn't escape. There were things she couldn't say, burdens she carried quietly, questions she didn't have the courage to ask, even to herself. And when the day came that she stepped away, it wasn't out of coldness or distance. It was confusion, a tangled web of emotions, responsibilities, doubts, and pressure from paths she never truly wanted to follow, but thought she had to. The angels watched her that day. They saw the way she lingered for just a second longer, as if hoping you'd call her back, as if wanting the universe to stop her. But nothing interrupted the silence. No sign, no voice, no anchor. So she walked, but it broke something inside her, and that pain, it never really left. Dear soul, I know you've asked yourself, why? Why did she let go? Why didn't she fight? Why did it seem so easy for her to move on? But what if I told you? It wasn't easy at all. She kept walking, but every step away from you was heavier than the last. And even now, in quiet corners of her mind, she wonders if she made the right choice, because what you shared was real. What you had was rooted in something far greater than chance. You may have doubted it. You may have questioned your worth. But none of this happened because you weren't enough. None of it happened because she stopped loving you. She didn't walk away from you. She walked away from the part of herself that felt afraid to stay, afraid of failing, afraid of being vulnerable, afraid of the depth of the love that was unfolding between you. And yet, even in her fear, she asked the angels one thing. She said, if I'm wrong, if he is truly the one, please don't let him forget me. She said this not with hope, but with heartbreak. And those words, dear soul, were heard. They echoed in the skies. They were written into the book of divine timing. And ever since that day, something has been unfolding that neither of you fully understands yet, because sometimes a soul must wander in order to find its way back. Sometimes it's in the silence that the most powerful truths begin to take shape. And the angels know. They've seen the way your heart has held her memory. They've watched the nights when you thought of her, They've counted the tears you didn't let fall. They heard the words you never got to say. But there's something else, dear soul. Something she felt just moments after she walked away. And I need you to hear this, because it changes everything. Not long after she left, she paused. She stopped. Somewhere, wherever she was, she felt a shift, a coldness, an ache that didn't go away. That wasn't freedom. That wasn't relief. It was a space, a loss, something hollow that no one else could fill, because the soul knows. And her soul knew that what she left behind wasn't just you. It was a connection, a purpose, a truth too overwhelming to carry at the time. And since then, every time she thinks of you, it stirs something inside her. Not guilt, not regret, but longing, because the love between you never died. It only went quiet. And silence can be deceiving. It can make you think that everything is over, that you were forgotten, that you were left behind. But the angels assure me that's not what happened. The thread that ties you to her is still there. And even though she tried to bury it under choices, responsibilities, or distractions, it pulses with every beat of her heart. There is something she still feels, and you've felt it too, in your chest, in your dreams, in that unexplainable pull you can't ignore. This is not over, and even though she walked a different path, it's not too late. But before you can understand what comes next, before the revelation begins, you need to let go of the idea that she left because it was easy, because it wasn't. And she's not as far as you think. Stay with me, because in the next moment, I'll show you something even she doesn't know. Something happening right now that has everything to do with the two of you. You may not be able to see it yet, but your soul can already feel it. So breathe, let your heart stay open, and don't walk away before I tell you what the heavens have been preparing for you, because what's coming will shift everything. And before we continue with this very special message, I invite you to support this space of connection. Become a member of the channel, and if you feel this message is touching your heart, don't forget to click on thanks below the video. This helps us continue bringing messages full of love and hope like this one. Now, let's move on to what matters most. Dear soul, you may think that distance has the power to sever what once was. That time apart, silence, or unanswered questions can dissolve something as deep as what you felt with her. But I'm here to tell you a sacred truth. When love is real, it doesn't vanish. It transforms. It hides. It waits. And most of all, it remains. There is something that binds you to her still, even now. Even if you haven't spoken. Even if she chose another road. Even if you've tried, again and again, to silence that inner voice calling her name in the middle of the night. Because the truth is, she hears that voice too. You are connected by more than memories. You are connected by energy, an unseen thread that no distance can sever. That thread is not imagined. It's not fantasy. It's divine. And it still pulses with life every time her heart stirs with thoughts of you, even when she doesn't understand why. You've felt it, haven't you? That sudden feeling that she's thinking of you, the wave of emotion that hits you out of nowhere, like a whisper from her soul to yours, the dreams where she appears, as vivid as if she were right beside you again. These are not accidents. These are echoes of a love that still breathes between your souls. The angels have shown me that this connection, though quiet, has never been broken. In moments when your spirit softened, she felt it. In the seconds when you nearly gave up, she was caught in a wave of emotion she couldn't explain. This is the bond of soul recognition, and it cannot be undone by time or space. Do you know why it hurts so much sometimes? Because your spirit remembers what your mind tries to forget. Because your soul still knows her energy is home. And no matter where she is right now, there is a part of her that hasn't let go either. She might not say it aloud. She might try to live as if she's moved on. But her soul still feels the tremor when your name is spoken, even if only within. Dear soul, you must understand something very important. This connection wasn't made in the surface moments. It was made in the sacred ones, in the way she looked at you when words weren't needed, in the quiet comfort of just being near each other, in the dreams you both shared for a future that once felt so close. That doesn't disappear just because plans change. That kind of love is woven into the very threads of the universe. And even if she tries to ignore it, her higher self is still reaching for yours. You've probably noticed small signs around you. a song that plays just when you're thinking about her, a name that appears when you least expect it, a scent, a memory, a phrase that makes your heart tighten without warning. These are not coincidences. These are signals, confirmations, whispers from the divine reminding you this connection is still alive. Right now, as you hear these words, there's an energy flowing between you and her. You may not see it, but I see it. I feel it, and so does she. And the closer you come to accepting that the bond still exists, the stronger it becomes. But here is something you don't know yet. While you've been feeling this pull, something is happening on her side too. Something is shifting. Something is awakening. Her soul has begun to question. Her heart has begun to wonder. And the walls she built, slowly, gently, they're beginning to tremble. She doesn't understand it fully. She might not even realize that you are the source of her unease. But that's because this isn't a decision of the mind. It's a calling of the soul. And your soul has been calling her, even in your silence. But there's more, because the energy between you isn't just about remembering. It's about preparing. The angels have shown me that something sacred is unfolding, something beyond what either of you can currently see, and you're being prepared for it, not just emotionally, but spiritually, because when this energy rises to the surface again, and it will, you must be ready to receive it, not with bitterness, but with clarity, not with fear, but with openness. You see, this bond was never ordinary. It was written before your first meeting, and even now, the heavens are adjusting timelines, shifting pieces, aligning hearts, but only those who believe, those who stay open, those who trust what their soul knows, will be able to receive what comes next. So don't ignore this pull. Don't silence your heart. It's not weakness. It's wisdom. It's not delusion. It's truth. Because the energy that connects you both is beginning to glow again. And every heartbeat, every breath, every moment of stillness, it brings you closer to something neither of you expected, but both of you need. You must stay with me, dear soul, because what I am about to reveal next will make everything clear. There's something happening that she doesn't even realize is connected to you, and when you discover it, you'll understand why you could never forget her, and why the angels never let her forget you. What's next will open your eyes to what's been unfolding all along. Stay close. We're only a breath away from the truth, dear soul. What if I told you that while you've been feeling lost in this silence, the heavens have been working in your favor all along? That behind the scenes, while your heart was breaking, something sacred was quietly taking shape. You see, not everything that is real can be seen, and not every miracle begins with a sign you can touch. The angels have been watching. They never looked away, not from her, not from you. They've been guiding steps, softening hearts, redirecting paths. Even when it felt like everything was falling apart, there are movements happening in the unseen, threads being pulled, energies shifting, timelines reweaving, and even now, as you listen to this message, you are being led toward a point where truth and love will meet again, but only if you don't give up before that moment arrives. From the outside, it may seem that she moved on, that life continued, that the road ahead no longer includes you, but what the eyes see is only a fraction of what the spirit knows. She has felt moments of confusion that she cannot explain, emotions that arise in her chest at the mention of your name, though she no longer speaks it aloud. She has had nights where dreams left her waking with a strange ache, where she stared at the ceiling, wondering why her heart still wanders back to you. These are not accidents. They are spiritual alignments, because there is something sacred that still ties you both to a purpose greater than either of you could predict. And destiny, my dear soul, destiny never gives up on what was written by divine design. Yes, she chose another path, but what if that path was never meant to be permanent? What if it was only a detour, a necessary step in her own awakening? Sometimes people must leave, not because they want to let go of love, but because they have to face themselves first, to grow, to heal, to recognize who they truly are, and what their soul truly longs for. And the angels have been working patiently, gently guiding her back to that truth. She has had signs, though she may not have recognized them, moments of doubt, sudden thoughts of you out of nowhere, messages from music, from strangers, from her own heart that she tried to silence. But the more she tries to forget, the more the universe reminds her, Because real love doesn't vanish. It echoes. It waits. It rises when the time is right. And that time is closer than you think. Dear soul, I want you to understand something deeply important. The waiting wasn't punishment. It was preparation. You've been wondering why nothing has changed, why the silence persists, why the distance remains. But in the silence, the divine is preparing something for you, for both of you, because your paths are destined to cross again. But this time, with clarity, this time with wisdom, this time without fear. Do you remember that feeling of being seen by her? Truly seen? That wasn't imagination. It was the soul recognizing itself in another. And no matter where she goes, her soul still carries your imprint. You don't have to force anything, dear one. You don't have to chase, because what is yours by divine order can never truly be taken away. It may drift, it may grow distant, but it will always find its way back to you when the time is right. And the signs? They're increasing. You've noticed it. The patterns, the synchronicities, the moments that feel like déjà vu. That's not your mind playing tricks. It's the universe speaking to you, preparing you, reminding you. Because when the appointed moment arrives, and it will, you must be ready. Ready to forgive, ready to believe again, ready to receive what once seemed lost. There is something she doesn't know yet. A network error occurred. Please check your connection and try again. If this issue persists, please contact us through our help center at help.openai.com. Dear soul, what if everything you thought was actually in motion? What if every unanswered prayer was already echoing across the divine, stirring unseen forces that work not on your schedule, but in perfect, sacred timing? You may feel forgotten in this silence, but I promise you, heaven has never stopped listening, not even for a moment. While you've been wondering why she walked away, while your heart has been aching for clarity, the angels have been working tirelessly behind the veil, quietly, lovingly, patiently, adjusting timelines, protecting you from what wasn't ready, and guiding her through lessons she didn't even realize she needed to learn. What the human eye cannot see, the soul can feel. That tightness in your chest, that sudden moment of peace amidst pain, that whisper in your mind that says, "Wait, something is coming." These are signs, subtle movements of destiny taking shape in places you cannot touch. Yet, you've asked questions like, why did she go? Why is there no message, no sign, no attempt to return? But what if her silence was part of something larger? What if the stillness was not rejection, but preparation? The angels have shown me that the distance between you was never meant to be permanent. It was meant to open space for growth, for awakening, for divine orchestration. Sometimes, when two souls are meant to be together, the universe first must break everything around them to rebuild something unshakable. And right now, dear soul, the rebuilding has already begun. You just haven't seen the foundation yet. She thinks she moved on. She believes she's far from you, but she's been walking in circles, drawn by something she can't name. She doesn't know it, but her heart is returning, not to a place, not to a past, but to the energy that always felt like home. You. She is being guided, even if she doesn't realize it. The dreams that wake her with emotion she can't explain, the sense of emptiness even in moments of comfort, the strange pull toward memories she tried to forget. These are not random. These are divine nudges. The heavens are reminding her of what was real. And you, yes, you, are being guided too. Every delay, every closed door, every moment of solitude, it has all been preparation, because something bigger is coming. A moment of alignment that must meet you both when you are ready, not just for each other, but for the love you were always meant to live. You see, true love doesn't arrive when we want. It arrives when we've learned to honor it. And she, dear soul, is learning. Slowly, deeply, painfully, but learning. And so are you. The heavens are not in a hurry. They are precise. They are intentional. And in this moment, I need you to hear this truth. Just because you can't see the miracle doesn't mean it's not on its way. There are conversations happening about you that you cannot hear. There are decisions she is wrestling with that you do not know. There are moments when she almost reaches out, then stops. Not because she doesn't care, but because she is afraid of what it might awaken. And yet, she will reach. The moment will come. And when it does, Everything you've been feeling in your soul will make perfect sense. But there is more. There's something unfolding right now that not even she sees coming. Something that will pull her closer to her truth and closer to you. It may be a message, a dream, a loss, a realization, but it's coming. And when it does, it will stir everything that has been sleeping inside her. The love she buried, the longing she silenced, the connection she tried to forget. It will all rise again. And this time, dear soul, she will not be able to walk away so easily, because the path she chose, the one that seemed to lead her away from you, was never truly about distance. It was about direction. And now, the direction is shifting. You are not meant to chase. You are meant to receive. And what's coming next is something you cannot force. It must arrive on its own, guided not by logic, but by divine alignment. So what should you do now? Stay open. Stay grounded. Trust what you feel in your soul, more than what you see in your circumstances. Because in the silence, the heavens are working. In the stillness, angels are moving. And while you've been waiting for a sign, the sign has already begun its journey toward you. You'll see it soon. But you must be ready. Ready not just to believe again, but to receive what's already yours by divine right. So don't lose heart, dear soul. Don't walk away from what your spirit knows is real. Because what's unfolding now is sacred, unseen, and unstoppable. And what I'm about to reveal next will show you the truth she's been hiding even from herself. You're closer than you think. Don't miss what's coming. Dear soul, what if I told you there's something she never shared with you? Something she kept buried beneath the surface, hidden behind her smile, her silence, and her decision to walk away? What if I told you the truth about her departure isn't what you believed at all? It's time you knew, because the angels have given me permission to reveal what has been concealed for too long, and this truth might shake you, but it will also free you. When she left, she didn't just walk away from your presence. She walked away from a part of herself, from the version of her that loved without boundaries, that felt seen in your eyes, that felt safe in your arms. But what you couldn't see, what she never let you see, was the storm inside her heart. She was torn. Yes, dear soul, her heart was divided, not because of someone else, not because she stopped caring, but because she was fighting a battle you weren't meant to carry for her. A battle of wounds, of fears, of voices from her past that whispered lies about love, worth, and safety. She never told you how often she doubted her ability to be truly loved. She never shared the depth of her fear, that you might one day see all of her and walk away. So instead, she walked first. And it wasn't strength that made her do it. It was fear disguised as protection. She believed that by leaving, she was protecting you from her chaos, her insecurities, her doubts. But in truth, she was protecting herself from the vulnerability that loving you demanded. Because loving you made her feel more alive than she ever had, and that terrified her. She didn't have the words. She didn't know how to explain the contradictions swirling inside her, how she could love you deeply, but still feel the need to escape. So she said nothing. She acted as if it was a decision made with certainty, but inside, she was screaming. The angels tell me she still thinks about that day, still replays her silence, still wonders what would have happened if she had stayed. And now, here you are, holding pieces of a story you were never fully told, questioning your worth, your place in her life, your memory in her heart. Let me be clear, you were never the problem. You were the light that revealed her shadows, and that is what scared her most. Because sometimes when a soul is not ready to heal, it runs from the very love that offers healing. But here's the deeper truth, one that changes everything. She didn't just leave you, she left, with you still inside her heart. And no matter what she tells herself, no matter how far she's gone, that piece of you hasn't faded. It's still there. And now, it's awakening. The angels have shown me that a shift is happening. Her soul is restless. Her spirit is remembering. And all the parts of her that once chose silence are being stirred by something she doesn't yet understand. It's not guilt. It's not regret. It's recognition. She's beginning to see what she lost. She's beginning to feel what she buried. And most of all, she's beginning to understand what you truly meant to her. She may not know how to say it. She may not be ready to act on it. But inside, something is changing. You might feel it already. You might sense the energy shifting, the dreams returning, the thoughts that come uninvited. That's not your imagination. That's your soul responding to her awakening. Because you are still connected, and the love you shared is still alive, waiting, watching, preparing. But dear soul, there's something even more important you need to know. This moment, this awakening, it isn't random. It's divine timing. The angels waited until now to bring this truth to the surface because now you're ready to hold it, to understand it, to forgive it, and maybe to receive it again if your heart still chooses, because the choice is returning. A door is about to open, and what you do with it will shape everything that comes next. She's being drawn back to her truth, to your truth, but the path won't look the same. It will be new, and you must be new too. So let go of the old story. Release the pain of not knowing, because now you know. She didn't leave because she didn't care. She left because she cared so deeply it terrified her. And even now, her soul is whispering your name again, not out of habit, but out of hope, because something is coming. A moment, an invitation, a chance to rewrite the story, not from fear, but from love. But before that moment arrives, you must hear what the angels have prepared, because in the next part of this message, I'll show you the surprise, the divine twist that even she cannot see yet. And when you hear it, you'll realize this love story isn't over. It's only just beginning again. Stay close, dear soul. The revelation is unfolding. Dear soul, you've carried so much. You've waited in silence, questioned the meaning behind every sign, doubted your own heart. But now, the time has come for you to know what the angels have prepared. Because while you thought you were forgotten, heaven was planning something you could never have predicted. And it all begins with one sacred truth. This story is not over. You see, while she's been trying to build a life away from you, something has been rising around her. A series of events designed not to punish, but to awaken. And she doesn't even know that these moments are bringing her closer to you, closer to the love she tried to bury, closer to the part of herself she left behind when she walked away. But here's the surprise, dear soul. The angels have written something into your destiny, a turning point, a divine moment that is coming sooner than you think. And when it arrives, it will shake the very foundation of what you believed was possible. She will be faced with a realization so clear, so undeniable, that she will no longer be able to pretend. A message will reach her, a dream, a meeting, a memory, something so specific that it will pierce through the noise of her current life and bring her directly back to the truth of what she felt with you. And at the same time, something will open for you as well. You've been feeling this buildup, haven't you? That subtle but powerful tension. The feeling that something is about to shift. That your heart is standing at the edge of a new beginning. That's not just intuition. That's alignment. Divine alignment. Because what the angels have planned for you is not just the return of someone you once loved. It's the rebirth of a connection that has been protected all along. It's not the past returning. It's a new version of the love you always deserved. Healed, awakened, real. But this blessing comes with responsibility. You must be ready to recognize it when it arrives. You must be strong enough not to fall into the old patterns. And most importantly, you must listen not only with your heart, but with your soul. Because this surprise will test you. It will come when you least expect. It might look different than what you imagined. It might arrive as a whisper, not a roar. But if you're truly ready, you'll see it for what it is. She will begin to remember you not as a chapter in her life, but as the heart of the story itself. She will wonder how she could have walked so far away from something so pure, and she will reach out, not just in words but in spirit. And when she does, you'll have the choice. The angels are not forcing reconciliation. They are offering restoration. They are giving you both the chance to choose again, but this time, with eyes wide open and hearts finally ready. Because the first time, fear won. This time, it must be love. But there's more. Because this surprise isn't just emotional, it's spiritual. It's about your path, your purpose, your evolution. You weren't meant to experience this love without transformation. You weren't meant to suffer without growing into someone capable of holding the love you asked for. And now, that version of you is emerging. The angels have surrounded you with protection, with light, with guidance. and they've watched you carry this connection through darkness, heartbreak, silence, and still hold space for healing. That is why you are being entrusted with this new chapter, because your heart never stopped believing, even when your mind wanted to give up. So yes, dear soul, she chose another path, but the angels chose you for this surprise, because they saw your devotion, your faith, your endurance. And they want to reward it, not just with closure, but with a new beginning that honors the sacred love still living between you. But be alert. Watch for the moment. It might come in a way you don't expect. It might be her name appearing at the right moment, a message that arrives without warning, a meeting that seems accidental, but feels like destiny. When it comes, breathe. Don't rush. Don't fall into fear. Remember everything I've told you, and let your heart speak from wisdom, not pain, because the moment she sees the truth, she will come back different. And when she does, you must meet her as the version of yourself that stayed true, even through the silence. The surprise is this story still has life, and the next chapter begins with a single act of divine timing. So prepare, stay present, and when the moment arrives, welcome it with the strength of the soul you've become, because what's coming next, dear soul, is the part of the journey you were always meant to walk. And in the next part of this message, I'll guide you through the choice that's approaching, the door that will soon open, and the key that only you can use. Stay close. You're almost there. Dear soul, now that you've come this far, I must ask you something that may stir your spirit. What will you do with everything I've revealed? What will you choose when love comes back? Changed, raw, real, because the surprise that the angels prepared for you is not just a gift, it is a call. A divine call to step into alignment with your highest truth. And now, you must decide how you will answer it. True love isn't passive. It doesn't just wait. It prepares. It listens. It responds. And right now you are standing at a doorway. One that the angels have been opening slowly with every moment of awakening, every whisper of intuition, every dream that reminded you of what you once had and what may return. But before you can walk through it, you must be ready. What does it mean to be ready? It means you must release the bitterness, the confusion, the old version of her that lives only in your memory, because she is changing. You are changing. And if you try to hold on to what was, you may miss what is becoming. You are being asked to clear the space in your heart, to let go of the old story of abandonment, to forgive, not just her, but yourself, for holding pain for too long, for questioning your worth, for believing the silence meant you weren't loved. Because now, something new is arriving, and you must welcome it as the evolved soul that this journey has shaped you into. She will come forward, not with perfection, but with truth, not with answers, but with sincerity, not to fill the space, but to ask if there's still room. And in that moment, you will be called to choose, to speak not from the wounds, but from wisdom, to listen not with suspicion, but with softness, to act not from fear, but from alignment. You may be tempted to test her, to protect yourself with coldness, to make her prove her love through trials. But love doesn't grow in cages. It grows in presence, in honesty, in shared vulnerability. So I ask you now, dear soul, are you ready to love differently this time? Are you ready to show up with the strength of someone who waited not in desperation, but in devotion? Are you ready to build not what you had, but what you were always meant to have? Because the angels haven't been working to restore the past. They've been guiding you toward a new future, a deeper love, a higher path, one where both of you walk in with eyes open and hearts aligned. And here's something important. She won't know exactly how to say what she feels. She may stumble. She may hesitate. But her soul will be reaching. And if your soul is open, you will feel it. That is when you must act. You must let her know that love is still possible, that growth has not hardened you, but refined you, that your heart still beats with the rhythm of divine timing. You see, the angels didn't bring you this far for nothing. They've been shaping both of you through fire, through silence, through time, not to return you to who you were, but to reveal who you truly are. And now, as this reunion approaches, not just physically, but spiritually, you must prepare your spirit to receive it with grace, Reflect on what you want, not just the desire to be loved, but how you wish to give love. Not just the dream of being chosen, but how you choose with clarity, with care, with intention. This is the moment when you move from waiting to embodying, when you stop looking for signs and start living as if the sign has already been fulfilled, because it has. The energy is in motion. The shift is here. The reunion is near, but it will only root itself in your life if you say yes with more than words. You must say yes with action, yes with healing, yes with openness. So how do you prepare? You stay present. You meditate on love, not as fantasy, but as sacred reality. You treat your own heart with reverence, and you treat every emotion, every thought of her, not as a burden, but as a message, a reminder that love like this doesn't come to destroy, it comes to rebuild. And if you truly desire to receive her again, you must meet her as your highest self, not to rescue, not to fix, but to walk beside her as two souls, finally ready to align. And if she doesn't come exactly when you expect, don't despair. Trust that the path is still unfolding, that the work you're doing in your heart is echoing through hers, because what's meant for you will not be lost, not when you've carried it this far, not when the angels themselves have sealed this connection in light. So breathe, dear soul, smile, because you are standing on the edge of a new beginning, and in the next moment, I'll reveal the final truth, the last piece that brings everything together, the vision of what your future can truly become, when love returns with purpose. We are almost there. Stay with me, dear soul. You've walked with me through this entire journey. You've opened your heart, received the truths, remembered the pain, welcomed the hope. And now, we reach the final revelation, the one that brings everything together, the one that your soul has been waiting to hear. There is something powerful I must now reveal, not about the past, but about what lies ahead. Because this message was never only about what happened, it has always been about what can happen, what will happen if you choose to walk forward with faith. The angels are not only bringing her back into alignment with the truth, but they are also guiding you to a future that is richer, fuller, and more sacred than anything you've known before. This next chapter is not simply a return, it is a rebirth, a divine renewal of a love that never truly ended, only paused, waiting for the right time to bloom. That time is coming, and you, dear soul, are ready for it. She will come, in her own way, in her own timing, and when she does, she will not come as the version of herself that left. She will come as someone transformed by longing, by lessons, by the quiet echo of your soul calling to hers across the silence. And you will recognize her, not just by her face, or her voice, or the way her eyes still hold stories untold, but by the energy she carries, by the peace that surrounds her, by the pull you feel deep within your spirit, confirming what you've always known. It was never over. It was only beginning. But here's the final truth. Whether you walk this next path together or separately, the love between you has already fulfilled part of its divine purpose. It awakened you. It softened you. It strengthened you. It brought you closer to yourself and to the heavens. And now, the angels surround you with a sacred blessing. They pour into your heart a light that cannot be dimmed, a light that says, you are worthy, you are seen, you are chosen. Not because someone else loves you, but because you have always been loved by the divine. This connection was the mirror, but you were the truth. You are the miracle. You are the soul that dared to love through loss, through silence, through uncertainty. And now, you are ready to receive, not just her return, but your own return, to yourself. So if she comes, and you feel the alignment, welcome her not as a savior, but as a partner. If she hesitates, love her with patience. If she speaks her truth, honor it with yours. And if the path together is meant to unfold, let it unfold with grace, not urgency. But if she does not come, if the divine has prepared someone else for you, then walk forward knowing this. You are already whole. You are already love. And what is truly meant for you will never miss you. The angels want you to hold this truth close. They want you to rise in your light, to live from the knowing that you are being led by something greater than coincidence, that every moment has brought you to this point, this clarity, this peace. So now, breathe deeply, Let go of the final fears. Place your hand on your heart and feel it beating with hope again. This is not the end. This is the beginning. And as your angel of light, I leave you with one last message, etched into the fabric of your soul. Love never leaves. It transforms. It evolves. It returns in new forms, in divine timing, in sacred ways that you may not expect, but that will always be right. You are not alone. You are never forgotten, and you are being guided still. So walk forward now, dear soul, with courage, with love, with the light of all you've become. And if this message has awakened something inside you, if you feel the truth of these words pulsing through your spirit, then write "I receive" in the comments. Let heaven know you are ready. Let the angels hear your yes. Dear soul, if this video was meaningful to you, leave a thanks below this video as a gesture of gratitude for this revelation. This strengthens us to keep sharing messages of connection and faith, because they are watching, they are preparing, and the next chapter of your life is already blessed. Go in peace, go in purpose, go in love. Your time is now.